It's time for another project in the shed. I've got this piece of oak. I think it might be she oak, and I've drawn a bit of a shape here for a wooden mallet. I've had this timber for ages and it's time I used it up. And this is what I want to make. My grandfather and my uncle were both builder carpenters. I've inherited a number of his woodworking tools. They're beautiful to look at and beautiful to touch, but I am no craftsman, and even though I've tried, I really can't use those things. Besides, I've spent most of my life with computer software, so I'm really not that great with my hands. To make a traditional wooden mallet, I really should use these things: a square, a handsaw, a plane, a spokeshave, and a chisel. But because I'm not skilled enough, I'm going to use as many power tools as possible. Because I can, I drew the shape on paper. There doesn't seem to be any particular formula for the head of the wooden mallet, so I just drew something that looked right. Anyway, it's over to the drop saw to cut out the mallet head. Well, here's where I made my mistake. I really should have cut out the hole for the handle before I cut this curve, because then I had all sorts of trouble trying to chisel out the hole in the handle with that curve. I should have left it straight and cut the curve later. Oh well. And of course I should have used a plane to plane the top curve rather than using a bandsaw. Anyway, it's on to make the hole for the handle. The top has got to be a bit larger than the bottom, so it angles down so the handle sort of wedges itself inside. That's the theory anyway. I've never made one of these before, so it's all new to me. Because I cut that curve, I can only drill from the top, so I've had to make the bottom marks at the top, and so I'll drill inside them. I'm hoping that by gang drilling this, I should be able to get most of that inside out. This oak is so hard. Even with a steel cutting twist drill, it's not cutting real easily. Unfortunately, I can't think of any other way of getting the inside handle hole cut other than using a chisel. But this oak is so hard, I can't even hold it in the vise. So I just keep chipping away, making a mess, hoping I don't completely ruin it in the process. My chisel's really not cutting cross grain, so I'm even trying to use a fret saw to cut a bit of the wood out. I'm not having a great success with that either. However, this might do the trick. The finger sander with an 80 grit belt on it. Let's give that a go. Ooh, this is working really well. Impressed. Finally, some success, and I can get it nice and straight too. Okay, let's have a look at that. Not perfect by any means, but way more perfect than it was going to turn out. So, using another power tool, let's make this head nice and smooth. Again, I'm finding that because this oak is so hard, I'm having to be quite careful, otherwise I can end up burning it on the sander rather than sanding it down. Sanding it really brings out the texture of the grain. Looking good. Before I try to make a handle that fits in this head, I really need to make sure that I've got that cavity correct. So I'm using bore gauges for this. Not necessarily a traditional woodworking tool, but works really well to find that I've got a couple of high spots still. So it's time for a little bit more sanding action. Again, this tool is perfect for this job. So with a bit more sanding and then a bit more testing and a bit more sanding, I get that inside cavity pretty well okay. Enough that now I can measure it and make a handle that hopefully will fit. I've got this old piece of gum tree that I'm going to use for the handle. It's really hard and quite old. So yep, it is wide enough. So I'll clean that up and then cut it into something that looks like a handle. It's got a nice tight even grain and the colour looks like it'll be okay too. So no hand saws for me, it's off to the bandsaw to cut this out. I've cut it slightly wider than I need, and it's also got some old paint on it that I need to get off, and the easiest way to do that is to plane it off on the jointer. I probably should have used a push stick for this, but I'm making sure I keep my fingers out of the way because I don't really need my fingernails cut yet. Alright, let's give it a little test fit. No, it's still too wide. So, I need a little bit more planing yet. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm getting close-ish, but I think I need to chamfer the edges of it to get it to go down into the head a little bit further. So I'm going to use the angle grinder for this. I've got a 40 grit flap disc on it. Alrighty, let's give that another test. Oh, that's almost perfect. I'm amazed. Right, I'll take that. Okay, so it's not a perfect fit in the hole, but it's good enough. Good enough for me anyway. Now it's time to shape the handle where I hang onto it. So again, I'm just using the flap disc for this. It really takes material off really well, even for this really hard gum tree. The angle grinder takes material off nice and quick, but it's not all that smooth. So I'll give it a bit of a going over with this finger sander again. That'll get it nice and even. For the final finish, I'm resorting to a bit of hand sanding. 120 grit and then some 240. Well, it's pretty well finished. And it's now time for my maker's mark. This is something my daughter gave me years ago. She designed and got it made. Really nice little tool for my little wood projects. Just heat it up and then you can brand onto whatever it is that you want to put the mark. I've got it mounted in my bench drill so I can get a nice straight brand on it. There we go. Almost looks professional. Now it's back to my nice, neat, uncluttered workbench to do the final finish. I'm just using some orange oil and I'll just rub it in with a bit of rag. Well, there you go. Welding it really brings out the colour and the grain. Makes it look really nice. Yep, I reckon that'll be a bought one. Well, I'm really happy with how that turned out, and for a first attempt, it looks pretty good. In fact, it looks so good that after making that, I made another one, only a smaller one. So now I've got a matching pair. Okay, I haven't made them with proper woodworking tools, but I have made them. And it's been a fun project, and I've really enjoyed it. So now I'm off to find something to hit. See you next time.